Howdy. The Fisher Paykel auto sensing dryer, it's an ED56 model. I made the silly mistake, well it's an error, but I've taken the door off to clean the hinges and everything to find that the two hinge bolts there and there screw into a plate behind that, and these holes here and here are to actually just hold the cover for the hinge, nothing more, but they also rely on the plate behind. Now I took two poles off, the two hinge poles, and the plate dropped on the other side. It's got wires attached to it, so it didn't drop completely, but I could not retrieve it and put the screws back in. As a result of that, the top, I watched a few YouTubes and they all said take the drums out, and I thought no, can't do that, there's got to be an easier way, and looked at taking the bottom off, but the drum idler and the pumps all attached to that, as you can see, with the additional screws in there. So I thought, right, we'll take the top off, because I know this plastic here is removable once I take the back off. So I took the back off, and this loosens the plastic at this end, like so. But what we don't have is, at that point, is to get this off the front control panel, which is the module under here, which becomes abundantly apparent, if you like, when you lay it on its side. Screw there. This is a pole only to position the front. It's not a spring load or anything, it just sits there. And there's another screw here, which I haven't put in yet. So you take that out, and then you just drop the module down towards the base of the dryer, because along here it's got hooks which go up into the top lid. So you don't pull them out because you'll snap them, and so instead you undo these screws, top and bottom, and then you just pull the module cover downward. I'll just show you without trying to drop the screw, which I did anyway. Good thing to have is a magnetic dish, brilliant. So then you just pull that down. Okay, pull it down, and off it comes. Photograph all of those before you take anything off. Alright, the colours are written on the printed circuit board alongside each one, which you can't really see while the plugs are in place, but written down there underneath is the colours and the roll of each wire. And one of those, you need to take one of each of those off. One's a 3-pole, one's a 2, so you can't get them around the wrong way. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to put that all back together now. How I actually did it, okay, I'll leave that off. Again, I take the plastic off, screw there, and another one down here, and one in the middle there. Take those off, this upper plastic just pulls off, and all the way around here is a bunch of screws to take the top plate off, and that enables you to have a full view of the drum. And then you can get your hand down in here along as far as you need to reposition the plate and put at least one screw back in. What I'm doing is I'm putting both poles back in, hinge poles. I'll put the whole dryer back together, and when it's time to put the door on, I remove one only. Alright, and that will keep the plate in place behind this face panel. Then I'll put the door back on. I'm going to put an extra couple of washers because they're a bit worn. This is 25 years old, this machine, and it's still running like brand new. And I strongly recommend that you actually take the back off and the top and get in there with a vacuum cleaner, because it was chocker full of lint, despite being regularly cleaned with the lint filter here, and taking the back off. Taking the back off did reveal a big chunk of the insides, but not as much as I thought. So I'm going to put all this back together now and get back into putting that bloody door back on. So there you go. All because I took 4 screws out in here instead of 3. We'll always leave one in there. There you go. Hopefully that helps you.